Imagine waking up tomorrow, opening a window, and the sun looks wrong. It's still there, but it's kind of dim, cold, like someone turned the brightness down on the entire planet. You wait for tomorrow. Well, nothing changes. A week passes, still dark. A month, still dark. Eventually, people stop asking, when will this end? Because nobody has an answer. Historians believe this was the beginning of possibly the worst year to be alive. The year was 536 AD. Nobody knows exactly what happened, but scientists believe a gigantic volcanic eruption threw enormous amounts of ash high into the atmosphere. The ash spread across the world, blocking sunlight. Ancient writers described the sun as shining like the moon. Imagine living in the middle of summer and wondering where daylight went. Then, the temperature crashed. Summers became freezing. In some places, snow reportedly fell during months that should have been warm. Farmers watched their crops fail again and again. Fields that normally fed entire villages produced almost nothing. Now imagine walking into your kitchen. There is no refrigerator, no supermarket, no food delivery. If your harvest failed, you didn't just eat less, well, you simply didn't eat. Families began rationing every last scrap. Parents skipped meals so their children might survive one day. For many, even that wasn't enough. As food disappeared, prices exploded. People sold belongings just to buy bread. Others abandoned their homes, searching for somewhere and anything that still had food. Entire communities began falling apart, not because of war, but because the earth itself had stopped cooperating. Surely, things couldn't get worse. Well, they did. Just a few years later, another massive volcanic eruption filled the sky again. The planet barely had any time to recover before it was pushed right back into the cold. One terrible harvest became years of terrible harvests. Then came the final blow. In 541 AD, the Plague of Justinian began spreading. Cities already weakened by years of famine were suddenly hit by a deadly disease. Some historians estimate it killed tens of millions of people. Imagine surviving years of hunger only to lose your family to a plague. When modern scientists study tree rings and ice cores, they found evidence that something extraordinary really had happened. The cold wasn't a myth. The dark skies, they weren't exaggerated. The world really did change for years. So, was 536 AD truly the worst year to be alive? Well, the sun disappeared, summer froze, crops died, people starved, the plague finished the job. Well, if Earth ever wanted humanity gone, 536 AD was literally its best attempt.